Hello, and welcome back to the On the Couch podcast. Today's episode, we got a pretty big cast.
We got a large cast today. We are your hosts, Brady and Randy. Welcome back to On the Couch. We're actually on a different couch today.
We're back in Anigo, where I'm from.
Everyone knows where Anigo
back
is.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone here does.
We got some fans in Missouri, so they might not know.
Yeah.
But
what
are we known for, Brady?
What are we known for?
What is this?
This podcast is the #1 podcast for how to make donuts from scratch. Justin, give us the tip.
How do we make donuts? How do you make donuts from scratch?
How do you make donuts
from scratch?
Yeah, just give us something. What would you do?
I just would go to Quick Trip and get myself a glazer.
Well, I guess that works. He's a pretty simple
that's a pretty good segue.
How would you guys make a donut if you would?
What would you use?
What would you use?
What's the first ingredient in a donut?
90% flour.
That's fair.
It's a pile of flour. What's the other 10%?
It's not really a rising donut.
10% donut.
20% skill, 15%.
I'd use that AP flour, all-purpose flour.
Well, for
just lard.
So today we got our friends Trent and Luke, which have both been on, and then
howdy.
That is them. And Luke.
Fucking rude.
I'm sorry.
Don't talk over Randy.
Oh, that's fair. And then for the first time, we got our friend Justin.
Justin's here.
Hurrah!
Say hi, Justin. Look at the camera. Smile.
Hurrah!
That's right, we're on camera.
We're on camera
I'm
this
definitely
time.
Gonna forget
Part
that.
2.
Part 2.
Introduce yourself.
Introduce myself?
Brady just did that.
It's Justin.
It's just Justin.
That's all you
Justin.
need to
There's
know.
nothing special
Juicy
about me.
J,
I am just
the cause.
the Justin.
It's just Justin.
Justin with the piss rocks.
Oh yeah,
All right,
P-Rocks.
our first segment.
We're just jumping into it.
We're just jumping right into our first topic. So Justin, you've been struggling.
Oh yeah, immensely.
So, for our viewers, Justin has been messing around with some kidney stones recently, and he's had some funny, or at least one funny encounter with the doctors.
Yep, Anigo Hospital, Lake County.
Give us the scoop.
Good old spice.
Alright, so, it's been 2 weeks since this is happening. It's a pretty long time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm peeing weird. I got issues. I should probably go in and get it checked out.
I'm being weird.
I get in and they're like, you know what? This sounds really suspicious. It sounds like a STD. And they're like, have you been having sex lately? And I'm like, no. And they're like, are you sure? No, we're going to test you anyway. And essentially, they're like, well, this person fucks.
Justin has never had sex.
Nope.
And doctors are like, dude, there's no fucking way. You have to. Justin fucks. Like, that's not a question.
That's Anigo Hospital for you. They misdiagnosed so many different people.
Yep,
That's
and they
fucking-
only saw the one kidney stone, and now they're like, oh, you actually got 3.
3 for 1 special.
You got 3 fun rocks.
3 fun rocks.
Now you gotta have surgery, right?
Something like that. It's called a surgery, and we got a camera, so I don't have to say quotations. But it's more or less a fun procedure that they do. Essentially, they're gonna knock me out. You're gonna
punch him.
Oh.
And that's it.
That's it.
That's the
Just
operation.
start going to town on
Give us
kidneys.
$2,000. That's the American health system for you.
But they're gonna stick a scope through the tip of my penis, and then they're gonna snake through all my tubes.
Are they gonna put a laser in there to try and break him up?
Yeah, it's a sound laser.
Dude, this sounds. I've definitely seen this on an episode of the Magic School Bus.
I was gonna say that!
If you guys get grossed out by this stuff, I'm sorry. Too bad.
Too
I'm
fucking
not.
bad. You chose to listen to this.
Welcome to On the
It's
Couch.
kind of like.
Welcome to the On the Couch podcast.
Justin, can you show us one of your kidney stones?
Push it up.
Can
I
they
told-
be a special guest?
I
will
told Justin.
make a special request. To keep them.
I told Justin to take his kidney stones and put them in a jar and sell them as like an exotic soil
Some
from
on the
somewhere.
black market.
Yeah, like no, just sell them as like Caribbean like ocean rocks
Sell
to some like white bitch and make like $500. And then
some is like crystals to some like hippie bitch or
yeah,
something.
sell them as like
Healing
astrology rocks.
crystals.
Yeah,
I love my rocks.
I love my rocks. I'm gonna rub them on my
If you
kid
put
so
it
he
out
stops
in the
having
sun,
anemia.
it will charge.
Weren't you patient 0 twice for whooping cough?
Oh, yeah. So I was the whole reason why we couldn't have a baseball team my freshman year. So
That's
it
right.
started off.
That's right.
Yep. It's feeling weird. I have asthma, which does
Asthma.
not go very well with
His
my
lungs-
job.
Different from asthma.
Yeah, it's
It's a little bit
asthma.
more
It's from
fruity.
Yeah, it's
Asthma.
it's just asthma, but they wrap dyslexia in there too.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm getting real wheezy and all this junk. But yeah, you know me. Well, you guys don't, but everybody here on the couch does. I cough like a maniac, and then I'm coughing all over everybody, and then pretty soon everybody's coughing, and boom, no more freshman team.
I didn't get it. I don't know. Did you guys
Nope.
get it?
No.
And then
There you go.
the next year,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
the first one in Lake County again to get whooping cough,
Oh my goodness.
and I couldn't go to my own winter ball,
A
which
true
was
pioneer.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Man is a trailblazer. That's fucking incredible.
Oh man. Did you have anything else? You
Did you
other
do-
patient zero instance.
yeah.
I was when I was in math.
Guy's got a resume.
I got a resume.
That's what I'm saying. That's
I
what
was
I'm
one of the
asking.
first confirmed cases of influenza in
Oh my
Madison.
That's right. I think you told us about that. Oh my god. Yeah, man. Man, that's a resume for all the shit that
Well,
he
this
is.
man also sweats buckets. My goodness.
I'm surprised you didn't
Yes.
catch COVID with your
Also,
resume.
kind of
Yeah,
the reason
no
why
kidding.
I got the old piss rock.
Mr. Dehydration.
Oh man.
Yep.
Did they have
Actually-
a nickname for you in football? or
No,
something?
they had one in wrestling for
Oh,
me.
wrestling. What was it?
Slip and slide. Among many other.
Oh my goodness.
Slip and slide. That's golden.
Have any of you guys have any like nicknames that you want to share?
Like
and reasons
bad
why?
nicknames.
I haven't had any bad nicknames. The only one I really have is Train, and I mean,
What about Trent?
I fucking hate
I
Train.
call you Turd.
Turn. You just
Turn.
get rid of the E.
No, I swip them. Flip them around.
Swip them.
Instead of T.
Ternt.
Yeah.
This
Turnt?
isn't really a nickname thing, but when I was a kid, my dad one time tried to convince me that my original name was Hot Dog.
Oh,
How have I never heard this?
Yeah, I remember sitting at the dinner table one day, and my dad was like, "Yeah, we really wanted to name you Hot Dog, but mom wouldn't let me." So yeah, that could still be a thing. You know, he probably wasn't lying.
That's just like saying, yeah, I wanted to name you Meatball.
So when I was in I think I was a sophomore in high school. One of my friends in my science class was like, you know, if you were a porn star, your name would be Palm Daddy. And I'm like, all right.
It's
And
great
then that stuck. So people called me Palm Daddy. And then they called me Rand Dog, so I was Rand Dog Palm Daddy.
They called you Rand Dog?
Yeah, Rand
That's
Dog.
the whitest shit I've ever
I know, right?
That is
this is Anigo.
That's any sort of first syllable of a name and then dog is just the worst. I fucking hate
Like
that.
cum dog?
And that's a
Cum
pretty
dog.
Dog with the cum on his head.
Connor. Yeah.
fucking Connor.
Oh my god.
No, I've been
Anigo
called.
is not known for being culturally
Zach's called me.
diverse.
Zach's called me Ummy before.
That was when he couldn't say your name, right?
No, that was Haji.
Oh, Haji.
So when my brother was a
No,
little.
I've heard Zach call him
Yeah,
before,
so-
and so this was in the last year or two.
So it was like it was like Remy or like Rudy. So he just said Ummy. That's
I mean, I can understand Rammy.
my name would be Rachel if I was a girl. So I've been called Rachel. No, so when my brother was 1 year old or 2 or something like that. My mom was like, say Randy, and he said Haji. So I'm still called Haji by my mom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she does.
She still
Close
calls me
enough
Haji.
for
She'll
government
call me Haji in public
I mean,
too.
that's kind of the same deal. When I was younger, I couldn't say grandma, so I just called my grandma Mur, and now everyone calls my grandma Mur.
Murder. Judas.
No, but I'm also Donut Junior because my dad was called Donut in between.
Are you okay?
My parents are sleeping upstairs.
I'm sorry, I've never heard that before.
Donut Juniors.
You definitely should not be drinking.
My uncle.
He's literally crying right now.
No, I'm probably sweating.
Yeah.
Through his eyes.
Oh.
Aren't you
Oh, my
giggly
rib
after
cage hurts.
11 p.m.?
Yeah, and it's fucking 1:30.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is a late
No,
night
and then
recording.
my last one
Total
that I
anarchy.
that I remember is so my grandpa's nickname, not my grandpa, my uncle's nickname was Payloader, so I was Skid Steer.
That's some white
You
shit.
have so many.
Mattoon, well, because
Randy has
Mattoon,
a
everyone has a
fuckload.
nickname. So I was the first one born, and I was like, I grew up in Mattoon,
What
so
was
they gave me.
Zach's?
I had like two.
He didn't get one. I don't
That
know why,
sucks.
but he never got one.
I had like two.
So he's the
What are
second
they?
born man.
So when I was little, my little brother, he couldn't he had a little bit of a speech impediment.
Okay.
It still does.
He couldn't say the L's, right? So he would call me like ook or duke, like he couldn't say Luke.
Duke ook.
Yeah.
Ook.
And then
Duke ookum.
I guess like more
Ook Dukum.
Dukum. And then I guess recently in the past like couple years I've had some females call me Pookie.
Pookie.
How old are these females?
A few years younger.
Yeah.
I was expecting like 30 years older, but
No. I don't know, I don't mind it, but whatever.
Hey,
Or
those
Pookus.
gilfs, though.
You like
Yeah.
No,
Pookus?
I don't like that.
girls I liked.
Round two.
Cracking that one open.
So we asked Luke this last time, but maybe he's got some more. Do you guys have any college stories or just crazy stories you would like to share with everyone?
I can imagine you have some from Madison.
This is your
Oh,
this is
a
your
whole
platform.
bunch.
to
yeah,
share.
yeah. Bring them up.
Alright, let's hear
Whichever
it.
ones you want to.
Oh.
Fun fact: I put a traffic cone on top of a 12-foot light post one night.
Is it still there?
No, it's not. It was there for about a week.
I told the
I was
Molly
just
story,
about to
right?
tell the story
You
about
told the Molly story.
the stop sign and traffic cone incident.
Oh,
up?
good. Yeah.
Oh, so one of the things we did for I was in Badger Band and we had each separate house, like a bone house, a trumpet house,
Yeah.
and all that good junk.
When you said bone house, I
The
thought.
bone
I didn't. I mean, I immediately thought. But then I realized,
just a
okay,
brothel.
music.
It's just a
Music.
brothel.
Music
There is
the
stories
topic.
about Bone House too, but that's for later.
We
But
got a place
something
called
that-
the Morgue.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, the music house.
It's called the morgue.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's
because
mostly because every
people
year,
get so trashed there
every
that
year
they
there's
almost
one freshman that gets so plastered that they damn near die.
they almost die.
see,
So they
at
called
the
it
very
the Morgue.
least,
I've been there
something-
for 5 minutes and then I left.
Something I've always appreciated about band parties in Madison, though, is we looked out for everybody.
Yeah.
The poor freshmen like myself had no idea what was going to happen. Like, I've never done any drinking
Yeah.
at all whatsoever, and then I joined marching band that all day.
And then they hit you like a train.
I mean, like Trent, case
Yeah.
races, you name it. But one thing we would do is we would steal traffic cones,
Yeah.
street signs,
Yeah.
and stop signs. Like,
Yep.
literally ratchet
I know
that
some
off.
people
Yep.
who stole
Yep.
some signs and
So
they
we
have
have
them in
some
the basement.
People take like a metal saw and literally cut it like at the base and just take it.
The whole last time.
We
Yes!
The whole
So
It's one of the
Really?
parking signs on campus.
There's a house in Point that has some of the old turf from the Madison Stadium.
Oh,
Like their
yeah.
entire floor is just the old turf.
Nice.
pretty
That
dope.
is lit.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's what we would do. We would have basement decor. Also, you guys wouldn't know this, but Robert went with me to one of these parties.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even a band house, but all the bandos went there anyway to go party for some reason. And there was this corner called the Smush Corner.
Oh god.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just a random corner. It was a mattress, no sheet, whatever.
Ooh.
Had some rusty nails on it.
Oh,
In a
good.
corner, and it was a cardboard sign with red marker that said the Smush Corner, and everybody signed their name right by the Smush Corner. So somewhere, me and Robert have our names in some random people's basement.
So there's nails in the mattress
Yes.
and people smush on there?
I would like to imagine it was there for satire, but also at the same time, I think people have done things in that
They've
corner.
smushed on there.
They definitely smushed.
What is
Yeah.
the definition of a smush, Randy?
I think you can understand.
Oh, are we going to talk
It's got
about
an
this?
Is it
Yes.
the same thing as like stacking?
Yeah, it's.
Oh,
it's
gosh.
I thought we weren't going to talk about
It's,
the birth of the bees.
It's coitus.
Please stop stacking. If you stack, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Please
It's
don't
not
stack
welcome.
in front of me.
We're also all given nicknames, too.
Okay.
We're a Badger Band.
Did you have
Okay.
one?
Yep.
What was
yours?
Juicy?
Captain Nemo.
Why was that?
Because I broke my butt when I was in football.
How'd you do that?
It was it was an avulsion fracture is what it's called.
Okay.
So it's when your
Sounds terrible.
it's when your glute muscle that's connected to your pelvis puts too much tension on there and it fractures your pelvis.
So
Did you just like fall on your butt,
so
or
your
what?
ass like broke itself.
Yes.
But you
And
you didn't fall on it, or how did that?
It's almost like you almost pull a muscle, except it's extreme pulling of the muscle.
So was
You,
it,
you
were
pull
like,
a muscle so bad it breaks the bone it's
it
on.
breaks the bone.
was it while you were on the field? Like,
It was when we were running sprints. It was
Dude, imagine like full running a sprint like 30
We were
yards
doing,
and your ass just explodes.
summer conditioning, and then my dumbass was like, you know what? I want to go in the afternoon as well to get some extra credit. The very first sprint we run, I go down like a wounded gazelle. I'm like, Coach, I can't run the rest of these.
how do you run? Like, how does that happen?
That's fucking hilarious. I
those-
didn't know that was
Those
possible.
two things don't match for me. I just
Huh?
just
What?
running and then your butt.
Well,
busted.
you just go so hard.
Well, the
It's like
muscle,
pulling a
I
muscle.
was dehydrated too, because you know,
Did
I'm
you
a
also
sweater.
not stretch?
I was not. No, I was
Dude,
not
well, that
stretching
was
as
a
much as I
stretch.
should have. I was like, okay, no, I'm good.
You just do one of these. You just go.
But I told
I'm
that
good.
story when I was at Badger Band, and everybody else was like, ooh, this is kind of interesting. So now Nemo from the movie Finding Nemo, because, you know, when he touches the butt.
Oh,
And
sure.
that's the association I got. So
Okay.
I got
Touch the
Captain
butt.
Nemo.
It's beautiful.
We just
I like
golf. Yeah.
I like it.
Did you play anything else besides golf? Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Women.
Yeah.
Sports?
We were in. No, I wasn't talking to
yeah,
Trent.
So when I was younger, I played baseball and soccer.
Yeah.
So but in high school, I played golf.
Just golf.
Yes.
I had to stop playing soccer because I kept picking up the ball.
I wasn't the worst on the team.
Oh,
I played when I was really little. Like it was the first sport I played,
Remember
and I
Jordan?
hated it because I couldn't use my hands.
Oh,
Well,
I
there was
played
this
baseball.
there's this guy on the golf
I played
team
baseball.
that was just terrible. So I looked pretty decent.
maybe. Oh, I think I do.
Yeah.
I
I
ran
think I do. Yeah.
I ran track for one season, and it sucked because I ran two events, them being the mile and the 4x8 relay, which is essentially just the mile but ran by 4 people.
Yep.
And every race that I ran except for one, I was second to last, and the only other person behind me was the other kid running the race from my school. So our school finished dead last in just about every race we ran.
That sucks.
And mid-season, I was like, you know what? I want to change up like my shoes. So I was gonna wear track spikes. Well, that's when I figured out that I'm a heel striker instead of a like toe pusher, because like people run differently. Because the way that they're structured is that the spikes are on the front because they're like sprinter spikes.
Mm-hmm.
But I figured like, oh, if I just stay up on my toes, like I'll be able to run faster because I'll get that extra grip. Because I normally just ran in regular running shoes. Well, my legs did not like that at all because I had knots in my calves from like basically my ankle to my knee, and I was not able to run for about 2 weeks. So, and I think I missed at least one meet in
I
there.
remember
It was not fun.
I got like one sports story back in grade school. The Spring Valley baseball team basically told me I was ass, so they put me on the lower tier team. So my parents had me move over to the other team in Polar, the Kodiaks as they were called, and I remember this one specific story where I don't know if I either thought of this or my mom said, if you hit the ball, we'll get you NASCAR 09 for the Xbox 360.
Did you hit the ball?
So I hit the ball once that season, and the first thing I did when I got to first base, I said to my coach, my mom's getting me NASCAR 09 for the Xbox 360.
How old were you at this point? Like 8?
I was like 4th or 5th grade.
Okay, yeah.
And mind you, I had an
happiest moment.
Xbox, not an Xbox 360. So I thought you could play 360 games on an Xbox.
No.
I mean, I didn't get the game regardless.
They lied to you.
The fact you didn't get the game.
Your
makes it so
parents
much
lied to
better.
you?
It's either no, I don't think they promised me that. I think I had it engraved in my head that I thought if I hit the ball, I get the game. I didn't get the game.
So they didn't actually tell you
and
that.
I hit the ball once.
So
that
did they
season.
tell you that or not? Or did you just make that up as a kid?
I think what happened was I told them, hey, if I hit the ball, can I get the new NASCAR video
And they're
game?
like, yeah, sure.
Did they say like maybe?
They didn't. I don't remember.
Well, they obviously didn't say yes. All right, I don't know.
'Cause you didn't
Either
get
that or they
We'll
lied.
go buy you the NASCAR.
We'll buy you the NASCAR game.
I have it for PS3, you fuckers.
But he doesn't have it for Xbox 360.
Justin, do you have any other like wild party stories in college?
I do have a few. One of which was when Ariane came with me.
Oh, for those who don't know, Ariane is Justin's boyfriend.
He's gay.
Yeah, no, girlfriend. My bad.
So,
Close enough.
yeah. So she went. I was living in the dorm. Still am, unfortunately. But yeah, she went to Chadbourne with me, and we were like, "Yo, let's go to a band party." Well, that was more me, and she was like, "Fine, I'll reluctantly go with you." For some reason in my head, I thought a case race would be a romantic date with my girlfriend.
Oh no.
So we went to a case
How could you
race,
ever
and
do
know, your boy is the MVP.
Are you a tank?
Oh yeah,
Big
I
tank.
would drink.
Look at him.
Yeah, he's a tank.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Kazark blood in me, man. I would drink like 8 beers in like 5 minutes and be like, yay, we're good. And then,
That catches up to you, right?
oh yeah, it does. Yeah.
It doesn't. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it catches up to you.
Dude, that's got some mean recoil on it.
Yeah.
It does.
It's like a wave.
Oh my goodness.
He says that's bad.
Anyway.
Sorry, Mr. Cum Gutters.
I think it's funny that we're equally
Hey, man.
proportioned with big guy, and then the skinny guys in between.
I
It's
wasn't,
like a big.
So we
Mac.
could fit 3 of us on the
I
couch.
wasn't one of those. But anyway, I took her to this case race.
Yeah.
And this kid, well, I shouldn't say kid, we're all young adults at this point if we're drinking case races,
Yeah.
throws up all over her shoe.
Oh no, not actually.
Yes.
That guy's got
This
shoes.
was in our basement. He was holding up the second beer. He's like, guys, I did it.
Oh no.
What do you mean by case race? You mean like drinking a entire?
You have to drink a full case.
Okay, so what happens?
Because I just want to make sure people know what
Yeah.
that is.
So what a case race is
For those who don't live in Wisconsin.
in a marching band is because our trumpet section was so humongous, we would break it down into ranks.
Like in quantities of people or the people being big?
quantities of people.
All big people.
They're so big. There's only
They
like
were-
3 of them, but they're fucking huge.
They were dividing out people in different ranks just to even out case races.
Oh, okay.
But I'm pretty sure that's something my band director would have done. But anyway, it's we would break it down into ranks, and there was about 10 people in each rank, and I think there was like 12 ranks in the trumpet section. There was 130 trumpets, something like that. And each rank would compete against each other and see who can drink a 24-pack of beer the fastest.
But like individually? Or
No,
like-
not per each
Oh,
person,
per, like,
just the
group?
whole rank.
Oh,
and it would
gotcha.
be anything from hams, PBR,
Bush.
Bush.
Yeah.
Hands, bro.
hams,
Peanut
yep,
butter.
or Natterday Lights.
Oh, dude, that's hit.
What's like the size of the case?
Well, it's a 24
24
pack.
pack.
It's a
Yeah.
24 cube, sir.
So between 8 or 10 people, or whoever would show up, my rank, we only have 5 people. But we won the case race because your boy drank 8 beers.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
You ever done like Edward 40 hands? I think that's what it's called when you tape the.
Oh yeah,
N-word
It's
40
such-
hands?
Yeah, it's like a.
Edward scissor hands, you know?
They duct tape.
They
what was
duct
it,
tape-
40
Is it
ounce?
like 20 or 40 ounce?
Oh,
like,
the 40 ounce.
Like the-
Yeah, they
Yeah.
duct tape 2 40 ounces to your hands.
Okay,
You
this
can't-
is new to me.
You've never heard of this?
Never.
No.
So essentially, they do is
Your
they
dad
take.
did it, right?
Yeah, my
Yeah.
dad told me about this. He's done it.
I think my
like
dad
way
would. I
back
have
in
no idea.
college. But essentially, what it is, they take 2 40 ounces and they duct tape them to your hands, and you can't have them removed until you finish both of them
And you can't use your hands because you have.
because you have 2 massive jugs duct taped to your hands.
So that's about 80 ounces. Yeah, I get my hydration in for the day.
Yeah, except it's booze,
It's booze.
Yeah.
But
beer.
It's like, yeah, it's beer. And then it gets warm.
Yeah, because then it
Because
gets
it's in your
warm, then
hands.
you gotta choke it down.
Yeah.
well, that's okay. So that's what the case race was to that. But that wasn't the interesting part.
Oh, okay.
Because at the time, I had a very interesting roommate
Okay.
who did very interesting things in front of me.
What, like smoke weed? Mine did.
No,
Probably
no.
worse.
So background information from my roommate. He was an international student that basically didn't know how to take care of himself. He came from a very rich family.
Oh no.
You already know where this is going.
Well, because
Our
he's
room-
international, he's got to come from something with money. Because international tuition is fucking expensive.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
weren't his pants so dirty that they could stand on them
Yeah,
themselves?
they were like starched. They could just stand up by themselves
gross.
in the corner.
disgusting.
He even when I was getting changed to go to a band concert, which Chadbourne, it was right across the Humanities where he had to walk to. He casually just sat down in what was one of these chairs, stuck his hand down the pants, and whipped out a quickie while I'm trying to do my stuff and just.
Did
went,
you have bugs?
Huh?
Did you get bugs?
No.
That's good.
That's a good thing.
That's gross.
But
Dude, I thought
our
I was a
room had the
slob.
reputation in the entire building of being the stinky dorm.
Oh. The stinky room.
We were the stinky room. It was kind of demoralizing, so I spent about 2 months because Robert went to Edgewood.
Yeah.
I camped out in his room,
Oh,
which,
shit.
believe it or not, his room was better than ours, and we have all seen his room.
For those of you who haven't, his room, just look up, like, just messy, like, really messy dorm rooms, like, on Google. You'll probably find, like, a picture of his somewhere.
But anyway, this was just background information because that night didn't
That's-
end at the case race.
No.
We went to a second party, but it was body to body.
Oh.
We didn't like it. So
wouldn't-
I'm walking
I don't blame
home.
you. That shit's sweaty and gross.
It is sweaty and gross. The music's hype, but
Yeah.
whatever. We're trying to walk to Chadbourne. We're all underage, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a couple cops walking around, and I'm like screaming at them, inebriated, trying to get their attention. Like, "Hi, officers, how you doing?"
Oh, no.
And Ariane's like, "Shut up, shut up."
Jesse was doing that last night.
Oh boy.
We were walking to my car. Cop's sitting right there. He's just like, there's no cops around. Or like,
Yeah, it's
what
like
are the
right
cops are gonna
behind
do? And
us.
the cops are sitting right there. I'm like, Jesse.
Well, the difference is that we aren't underage.
But
No,
anyway,
but like, I don't want him suspicious because I was not.
Hey guys, let's
Oh,
wave to Jesse.
100%.
Hi Jesse.
Hi, Jesse.
Jesse.
Jesse was going to be on the podcast, but he
sleeping.
went to bed.
Well, he showed up in
Understandably
Indigo.
so.
We'll probably talk more about
On his
Yeah.
bike, just randomly.
Anyway, continue your story.
yep. So we were walking past the cops,
Yeah.
and honestly, drunk Justin's kind of a happy, silly, horny Justin.
Everything's laid out there.
Everything's laid out there. So I'm walking back, and I'm like, "Honey, you look good tonight.
Dashing.
Absolutely dashing." And we get up. She's sleeping with me in my own bed that we have. It's we got the 2 beds and they're lofted.
Yeah.
We get up. My roommates. I go up to him like, "Buddy, I love you like a brother." I was sloshed, and this was the gross roommate. That just tells you how.
The man with the stiff jeans.
Yeah, this should tell you how inebriated I was.
Yeah.
And then we get into the bed and turn off the lights, and I whisper really loudly to Ariane, "Guess what? I'm horny." And my roommate turns around, looks at me, and smiles.
No! He's like, I can help with that.
I think Trent knows about this, but we had this guy in Point called the White Trench Coat Guy. You remember this, Trent?
I believe so.
Yeah.
No one wanted to be his roommate.
I don't blame him for the shit he did. Did you hear about this guy?
He only wore a white trench, like not a trench coat, but a lab coat. A white lab coat. So his white lab coat guy, he would like never shower.
Yep.
But that wasn't even the worst part. The one thing that he liked to do when his roommates weren't there is he liked to masturbate onto their stuff.
He'd beat off and then expel his loads onto their stuff.
See, we got similar.
So we had this. I heard this from my CA. So he had a friend who was roommates with him, and his roommate had seen this. He had seen this happen. He had seen his roommate, who was the guy in the lab coat, do this, and he told his CA like, "Hey, I need a new room," and his CA didn't believe him. So he like maneuvered like his camera, and he like recorded him, masturbating onto his stuff, and then showed it to the CA like, "Here, he's doing it."
Like, bro,
and so then they
this
got him in
dude's
the room.
busting loads on my shit.
And then I knew someone who gets a random roommate, and he walked into the room, saw him, and was just like, "Fuck no," and then he left and went and lived at a frat house. Would not live in that room.
I don't fucking blame him, dude.
Yeah, this guy would literally. He liked to do that.
Can you imagine just being like, it's like, oh shit, I left my portfolio that I need for my my history presentation in my dorm. I better go grab that. And it's just
But
like
then our friend Mo, who lived right
all
next to us,
on it. Like,
our friend Mo had
lose my
had a
shit.
terrible roommate because he would only go to his class, come back, and like snore really loud and like barely shower, and he smelled really bad. But our friend Mo would not move out because he didn't want the chance of living with lab coat guy. So he would take his roommate that he had, which in that case was a lot better.
Dude,
than
lab
getting
coat guy was a
because
fucking
lab coat
menace.
guy, I'm pretty sure lived in Knutson with us.
I think, same dorm.
I don't. Yeah, he was somewhere, but
that's a man that needs to get his ass kicked.
Lab
Like,
coat guy,
really
if you're
bad.
out there, please don't masturbate on other people's belongings.
Don't do that.
yeah,
People don't like it.
There's a couple people in Point that
I
are
don't
kind
know
of
what
crazy.
kind of things you're getting off to, but like
Homework.
My first roommate was a guy from Washington D.C. and he would
equals C squared.
he would like smoke weed in our room, but like out the window.
That's so stupid.
And he would like be on his phone at 3 a.m. while I'm trying to sleep because I'm a music major, so I got to do a lot of stuff. And so he was very inconsiderate. And there was this one time I had the cops knock on my door, and they're like, "Hey, have you seen?" Oh, I forget his name. I don't even remember. I don't even care anymore. He's like, "Hey, have you seen your roommate?" And I'm like, "No." They were like, "Well, he was smoking weed on a private property and then ran away, so we're looking for him."
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
I got a funny weed story.
All right.
Okay, so
weed story.
yeah, so this
Interesting.
regards your cousin,
My
John.
He's not my.
Oh.
Yeah, he's my second cousin.
John.
Wait, is this John Hanneman?
No.
No.
John Gordon.
John Gordon.
John.
I know so many Johns.
Well, you don't know this John because
Okay.
you got into a fender bender with Illinois lady before you were on your way.
That's
Yes.
You were gonna be there, and then you got an offender bender.
Yeah.
This lady was absolutely gonna kick my ass.
We'll get to that afterwards.
Yep.
Draco.
So weed story time. So
Yeah.
him and his buddy Connor. Oh, let me tell you,
Connor was something else.
Connor was something else, and Alex calls him Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Oh Lord.
Connor was the Tweedledum. And
That's fair. Met him once, and I definitely could see that.
and the funny thing was, the four of us just got put in a room randomly. I mean, obviously those two chose to live with each other, and I've been roommates with Alex since. But I wasn't.
Great guy.
Great guy. I wasn't there for this experience, but because I went home for the weekend to work, and Alex said, yeah, he could smell some weed from C, which was Connor's room. And there was some knocking on the door, and he didn't think anything of it. He thought it was their frat friends trying to get in, and then they were knocking again. And then he looked through the peephole, and he was like, hello? And it was Wee Woo Man. It was the cops.
The cops.
And they were like, were you smoking weed in here? And he's like, no. And And he's like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah, I checked my room." And he's like, "Okay, you're clean." And then they went into C by Connor's room, and they got it. Let me tell you.
Oh no!
What happened though?
Well, they definitely got a fine of sorts for having some sort of
I'm
substance.
surprised they didn't get kicked out. I know a guy that I went to high school with, and he went to school. His mom dropped him off. This was like a 3-hour drive from where he was. And within the time that he was there, was found with weed, lean, booze, just pretty much any sort of like casual party type shit. And before he was, Before he even like his mom got home from dropping him off, she had to come back and pick him up because they kicked him off.
Really?
Kicked him off like campus entirely. They're like, get out.
Damn.
It's fucked. Would you like to tell your fender bender story?
Oh, my fender bender story. All right. So I was gonna go visit Trent here, and the city escapes my mind.
And it all started with me and Luke driving over to your dorm in Eau Claire.
Yeah, we had a good old fashioned calf breakfast, which honestly does not sound as bad as it
It
sounds.
wasn't bad.
It wasn't
Yeah.
bad.
I don't know what
Everything
calf
else.
breakfast is.
Oh, so the calf here is just basically a basic eatery of sorts that they provide.
So like cafe, but you're just saying calf.
Cafeteria.
It's just
Oh.
it's short for
I was
cafeteria.
thinking like leg.
I was thinking like a small cow.
No. I was like, you eating a fucking cow?
And that's pretty much the
I got
only
veal meal.
edible thing about the calf was the breakfast. It progressively gets worse throughout
It was
the day.
it was thoroughly
But the
good.
breakfast, it's all you can eat. They charge you $8, but
Is
you
that
get
just
your
like
money's worth.
Eau Claire
yeah.
food? Like,
That's
is it
just Eau
like-
Claire dining food.
Yeah, we actually have good dining in Point, which I'm happy with.
Yeah.
Stout's pretty good, but COVID's been bad to it.
But anyway, after they come and visit me, and this was when I was living in the suites, which is like the premier dorm that they offer.
It's like a dorm, but it's overpriced and actually
Yes.
worth what a dorm should be.
Now, well, it's still not really worth it.
No.
No, I love where I live right now. It is top notch. You live by yourself.
It's pretty
It's
fun.
the cheapest housing you have for dorms, but the trade-off is you live 10 miles away from campus.
Oh.
10 miles?
You also got the it's out in a nature preserve, but you also have the little kids. They have like a daycare center of sorts there.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
I've definitely flashed a little kid or two because they come right outside my window and I'm just butt assing it.
You can't do that.
You gotta close your window.
If they see it, they see it, man. I mean, it's nothing they haven't seen, probably.
Oh boy.
But anyway, back to the fender bender.
What a transition.
So we were all meeting because Trent was doing a project and he needed people. Plus, we were going to hang out and then go to Mall of America.
Basically, we're just going to visit Trent and
Yeah.
Luke and meet up with a bunch of guys.
Well, Luke wasn't there yet,
Oh, that's right.
but Luke did spend the night though.
Yeah.
I was with you.
Well,
Yeah,
he
you
was
were
there.
you were there
Yeah.
that day.
You just weren't there because you weren't in
Right,
school there.
you weren't in school there yet.
Yeah, no, I didn't go to school there yet.
But you were there
Mhm.
because we were there.
Or what, NTC?
Yeah, I was going to NTC.
Well, that was actually yeah. Your last semester at NTC.
Semester.
First time counter met Trent.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to your story.
Yep. So they come and visit me, and they're like, "Cool, I'll come meet you guys." I went and go drive over, and it's starting to snow slightly.
Did you take a nap and you forgot to wake up and you were coming late or something?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I
That
had
sounds
some
about
weird
right.
napping.
There
Yeah.
was some reason as to why you didn't follow us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I had to go take care of some things, and then I think it's honestly because I pulled an all-nighter up until that point. I was gaming on my MacBook.
And then you were
Something
gonna take a
won't-
nap, but then you slept too long, and then you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was heading over then, and there was some lady in a BMW that was.
That's not a good combination.
No, it's not. It was an older lady, a head wrap. I think she was actually going to like a chemo appointment in Minneapolis or something like
Oh
that.
my.
But anyway, she apparently had like
It's confirmed.
schizophrenia and all that good junk.
Oh god.
Sounds
and
like a
was
time.
following behind me, and I had to brake check her because the truck in front of me broke, and then I broke really suddenly, and then she never tapped her brakes at all.
Just ran straight in the back of your car.
Right and straight back in my car. It only put a hole in it, but I pretty much took her whole bumper. And she was not happy. She got
I can't
out of her
imagine.
car, She's kicking, she's screaming.
She's kicking your car and yelling
Yep,
at you.
she's yelling
and you're
at
just
me.
sitting there like,
I already had the police on the phone, so they're hearing this whole thing as it's happening.
you just have your window up, just like.
But she was in a hurry for something, so she got me her insurance card, slided underneath my windshield wiper, and took off for Minneapolis.
So she took off before the police showed.
Insurance card and then just took
and
off.
the cops labeled it as a hit and run. So
Because that is a hit and run.
Well, yeah,
She didn't
you
stick
can't
around.
just leave.
no. So they came over, evaluated the damage, and they told me, yeah, you're lucky you didn't get a ticket for following too close to the truck in front of you. But at the time, it was like packed rush hour highway traffic.
Yeah.
There's nothing I could do about it, but I got no ticket. It was a state trooper. What do you expect?
Yeah.
They're kind of strict about that. But then
Yeah.
later,
They're gonna tell you at least.
insurance agent was like, good thing you didn't get out of your car to confront her or anything like that, because the daughter called and apologized. She was like, yeah, she was off her meds. She was just like ready to go.
She's
I was
about to
like-
actually throw you down.
Yes, she was like ready. Oh, this would be actually a good transition into a road rage story. I have
Oh, yeah.
no clue
no.
about an elderly individual.
Love that.
It also wouldn't have been good for you to fight a woman,
No,
you know.
not at all.
And that's what would have happened because she would have
Equal
thrown
rights,
hands.
equal fights.
Yeah, she would have thrown hands. Which then you might have been in defense. You
Honestly,
probably would've
I was
been fine.
chicken shit. I was just
I
about
would've
ready
been
to
too.
cry.
I would have literally just locked my car and been like, I'm just gonna wait for the cops, you know, because I don't want to
Well,
do that.
it was one of the newest vehicles I've ever had. I've only drove beaters. I had a Dodge Neon that only ran on 3 cylinders, so this was a newer vehicle to
Yeah.
me, and I was upset that now there's a giant hole in my bumper. But now I can identify my vehicle in a sea of cruises. I'm like, oh,
Doesn't
there's-
Robert
There's
have
mine.
Yep.
Yeah, Robert
so
has
I
that one
always
now.
know where he parks.
Yeah, because he's got the big.
You just look for the caved
Big
in
hole in
bumper.
the back.
Yep. So anyway, this transitions to when I DoorDash in Eau Claire.
Okay.
You meet a lot of interesting people during
You
rush
do.
hour.
You
They
definitely
are
do.
in a hurry, and sometimes they're angry, and maybe they're just pissed off at the world. So I'm doing a lot of orders between Chipotle and the dorms. The white girls love Chipotle.
That's fair. That's fair.
Chipotle is my life.
But anyway, I'm going to Chipotle, and it's a busier highway section of sorts. And
Yeah.
it goes from a 4-lane into a 2-lane.
Oh, Christ.
That's not good.
Yeah, it's not good. So this person was very angry at me because I didn't let them through.
Wow.
Yep. So late.
How
How
inconsiderate.
could you
of
not?
Crazy.
They're definitely, worth
thought
more
I
than
was cutting them off, so he laid the horn for about 2 solid minutes. I was
While
like,
following you,
you. Bro,
While following
fucking
me.
chill out.
2 minutes.
he's just sitting there like.
Yep. He just hold it straight. And I was like, I didn't think nothing of it. I was like, fine. He had handicap license plates, so I was like, I'll leave him be. This person proceeds to break.
So Justin's gonna fight a woman and now a crippled person.
This person proceeds to break every single traffic law to follow me as close as he can. But I'm oblivious as this is all happening.
You're like checking your phone for like
I'm just checking
how
my
long
phone.
you got. You know,
I'm
is
fiddling with the radio.
Meanwhile, this dude is hunting
like-
you down.
He's
bumper,
hunting me down.
bumper
He's-
to bumper with you.
Yes,
yeah.
he is flat out on a mission. I didn't notice anything until I was like, oh shit. I think this guy actually might be following me. So I get into the parking spot about ready to get into Chipotle.
Oh, okay.
This
Yeah.
guy parks right behind me, so I can't back my vehicle out
Yeah,
or
God.
any way. So I just sit in my car, trying not to like
Instigate or allow him to
Instigate
do
or
Get
anything
anything.
out
like
and try to
that.
get in a fight with an old man. Yeah.
this man,
Okay.
very old man,
Yeah.
by the way, comes hobbling out. It's a Subaru, green Subaru. Comes hobbling out.
Surprised it wasn't a
And
Buick.
he's trying to get into my car. It's locked, and he's reefing on the thing, and he's threatening to kick my ass. Eventually, he leaves. I don't know why I haven't called the police at this point, but I was just thinking, wow, he really wants to fight me. And he is one broken hip away from ending it all. Could push him over and he's
God
done.
damn it, fucking Jimmy!
Yeah, this dude's
Square
like
up.
75
So-
and thinks he's 35, you know?
Trying to live the good old days, you know.
Yep, so he drives away, and I get into Chipotle. However, he comes back.
He's
Came
back.
back?
He's
He
like,
came
this
back.
fucking ass.
He drives halfway. He's like, "It's not over. I'm not done with
not
this. I'm
over.
This
coming
isn't
back."
enough.
No,
He wanted
he didn't learn his
He,
lesson
he
yet.
was looking for blood.
he wanted all the smoke, and I'm just sitting there. I have to sit there. They didn't have my order ready at the time.
Usually,
He's
yeah.
waiting outside the door.
He's standing there waiting
He's just
for
standing there.
Dude, I
with
would
his
have called the
arms
cops
crossed
right there.
like that. I look at him and I just go back to my phone like I didn't see nothing.
Dude, you're pissing him off without you're just looking at him, you go back, he's like, that smug fucker. I'm gonna kick his ass.
Eventually, he just leaves completely, and I'm just shook. I am shaking like a leaf because I'm like, this guy was absolutely serious to kick my
Yeah,
ass.
He's
yeah,
going
he
to
definitely
beat
was.
you up.
Yeah.
He was gonna beat me up, and I just didn't. I was in the middle of a shift. I wasn't thinking about that.
I love how he's just on this mission and you're so you just don't notice it. And then every time you do, it's just so calm that it just probably infuriates him further.
Probably. But yeah, Eau Claire driving's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
so-
Point is like the same way too. Like I've had some pretty crazy people.
I've never had to fight anybody, however.
I've had this lady, like, so I was trying to pull in the Taco Bell, right? And so I'm in the middle, like the median thing. But she is like right in front of me, but to the left, and is like inching her way forward. I can't see. I can't see. Her car's in a perfect spot where I have no idea who's coming the other way, and it's busy. So I'm like trying to like look like over. She's just like trying to like get me to go to turn so that she can like keep going forward to like turn to the next place, which is like beat ups. And she's like pointing at me, inching closer to my car. So at one point I looked, tried to see if I had any chance, and I just yeeted into Taco Bell, and I was fine. But I was just like, you literally are sitting right in a blind spot where I can't see anything, but you think that you're in charge and you want me to go through. I could turn in, car hit side of my car,
Fucking dead.
total both of the cars. But she didn't care. She wanted her way. So I finally get into the Taco Bell and I sit down and I sit in the parking lot and I'm just like, I just like go like crazy.
Super
Like,
mad.
What was that? Like, what were you thinking? Like,
Oh my God.
my goodness. I don't hate people more than driving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that many
No,
people
I hate
pass
people
their
more at
driver's time.
Walmart. Fuck them.
Walmart, that's fair.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's a predicament you put yourself.
Yeah, you signed
I'm
up.
sorry, Walmart has some really good 401k and stock benefits.
That's probably why, because of their customers.
Hey, they should actually. You should ask them to actually pay you a decent wage instead of having new people come in and get paid more. Than you.
Yeah, right.
Me getting like fucking 11 something, while new people, I got 14.
14.
Yeah,
That's
all new
ridiculous.
people that come in are like, "Oop, $14 an hour." Which is quite a bit for Walmart work.
I don't understand why you don't get bumped up to the.
Because it's only for new hires to promote people to come to the corporation.
So why the hell do they not give it to the people who's actually put in the time?
because
prior
then they're
to
going to leave if they
Because they're
don't.
gonna lose money.
Yeah,
Yeah, but then they're going to lose
That
people.
doesn't make any sense. From a business standpoint.
their everyday low prices.
Menards did that. They upped my pay and
yeah,
everyone
but Menards
else's.
got a payroll problem.
That's true.
Meanwhile, we can't keep more than
probably
4
why I'm only
full-time
working
people back in
30 hours a
electronics
week.
because they're like, we only have a certain amount of
Gentlemen, be
hours.
so kind as to hold this for
Yeah,
a
that's
few.
difficult.
So I can't have people help me in the evenings, which is why I
know,
have
that's why I'm
lunch
cracking this
issues.
open.
Anyways. So the first time I met Connor was
Okay.
that time that Justin got in that fender bender.
Yeah,
That's
it's just
right.
San
And
Diego.
I walked out of
Thank you, Rhino.
Red Cedar, and I saw Connor and Zach walk up, and I was like, "Hey, it's Penis Man!"
Yeah, we were walking out of the car, and Trent walks out to meet us in the parking lot. We're like, "Hey, Trent!" Just goes, "It's Penis Man!" It's just as loud as he can in a public fucking space. We're like, "What the fuck? Like, why?" But yeah, those are the first words you ever said to Connor.
It was great.
Ever.
Love the man.
It's Penis Man.
Penis
Sure
Man,
doesn't
cum
say
dog,
a
you
lot
know.
When I saw him in Stevens Point,
Yeah.
I couldn't quite put two and two together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have any, like... So, one thing I want to talk about is we all play video games together. And,
Sort of.
Gamers.
It was Brady.
Is this targeted towards me?
Yes.
It was Brady, Luke. I think you guys were playing, and then
Me,
Trent was also
Luke,
playing.
Trent, and Philip.
Yeah.
We were playing.
What were we playing?
We were zombies
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
Oh
Cold
my
War.
god.
Okay,
Cold
so
War.
for those of you who play video games and know Call of Duty Zombies, we were playing Cold War, the zombies, when it first came out, and we were playing it. And Trent here is not very good.
I'm not an FPS guy. Quite frankly, I'm not good at video games.
Yeah,
Zach and I were just in the party playing other games, just listening to
But-
all of this.
we had been getting into it. Like me and Luke had pretty much been carrying the whole time,
And Philip was.
Philip was there.
He was there.
He was doing well, but Trent
I was
struggled.
a dead sack of meat.
Yeah,
Oh my
Trent
God,
was
yeah.
more of a handicap than he was any sort of assistance.
After like
It was
round
so tough.
23, I carried my weight and didn't die for 10 rounds.
Yeah, that's true.
But I had a total of 72 revives by the end of it.
72.
You went down over 70 times, and I got majority of those revives. And let me tell you, you probably funded most of my points because of that alone. But that right there is a stat line I don't think anyone else can break. At least
We had
legitimately.
39 rounds and I died 72 times.
You died at like average twice a round.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy to me. And it's just, oh my god, that was a fucking time. That was definitely one of my favorite times playing that game. That shit was good.
Also, never let Trent play Kirby in Smash Bros.
Well, I like to
Kirby
play
is so
defensively,
cheap,
so I just.
You played down
You
B.
you hit down B. I will never
You
forget.
countered my down B.
That was the nerdiest shit I've ever heard. We had a Smash tournament.
Yep.
And Trent picked Kirby, and
And then I think it was Randy who countered it, and I was like,
Oh, you countered my down B.
it was so nerdy. It was so unbelievably
and I didn't
nerdy.
even try to make it like that. I just said it.
And that's all you do. You just go up to the top and you go down and you
Well,
take
yeah,
it
I
up.
try to get out of the,
Yeah, but you
out of
spammed
the
it.
Kirby's one of the easiest characters to play on Smash.
Well, okay, well, I learned some other moves after that.
Yeah, it's a fun fact. Every character has more than one.
Shut up.
Not to sound like a fat fuck here, but when are we gonna eat those glazers?
You want to
Go
open
grab
up those glazers?
Grab 'em?
Yeah, you grab 'em.
So
Who loves glazers?
Trent has this thing where
When he's on.
when he's on, we don't do this without him, but he wanted
Alright,
us to
let's all-
take a not necessarily sponsored
Let's
break,
red, guys.
We're taking a glazer break.
glazer break. So for those who don't know, glazers are a Quick Trip branded
Yeah,
donut.
your
and
cum gutter smell. Regret this.
they're a Quick Trip branded
Me trying to be
donut.
healthy over
They're
here.
very good.
We got a badink.
Donk.
Jesus.
Badink, your badonut.
Oh, just,
Oh, God,
You already took a
already
bite.
chugged
Oh
up.
god. He turns the donut around.
We're all being clashy and Justin's already fucking finger deep.
Already a bite in it. No.
Ah, so
I didn't realize that was what we were gonna do.
But since we're talking about glazers, because glazers are an essential, right? These are always an essential to Wisconsinites. But browsing Ask Reddit, one of the hot posts right now is what is essential to have in your fridge at all times? What is something you guys always have?
Ranch
Ranch.
got this. Yep, ranch.
Ranch, for sure.
I buy 2 ranches, and when my first one goes out, I put the new one in, and then I go buy another ranch.
See,
I think I can guess what Justin's.
that's
I
no.
always have-
That's how I am with mayo.
Always
But
have
Justin,
an extra ranch. What's it?
Justin's is
Well,
mayo.
you see here, I don't put my jar of mayo in the fridge.
you put it in the microwave,
I put it in the microwave.
and then you eat it with
Wait,
a fucking
y'all
spoon.
put condiments in the fridge?
Yeah.
Where do you put them?
And just leave them in the counter.
No, that's bad.
It says right on
Once
the
it's
condiments
open, you need to
keep it
refrigerate.
You have to refrigerate that.
Nah.
He eats it too fast.
Is that why you got kidney stones? Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Too much fucking mayo.
I mean, when you microwave, see, this is pro tip, guys. When you ever get mayo, make sure it's in a glass jar. Glass jars are microwavable. So
I get the squeezable mayo and I keep it in my fridge, and that's where I sit.
I could get behind that. I do that.
I keep Frank's Red Hot in my fridge.
That's fair. That's a really good one. That's one of the better.
Always gotta have some hot sauce in your fridge.
And it's an affordable hot sauce, and it comes in bigger
Put hot
bottles.
sauce on
So
everything.
since
I
we're
put
on,
hot sauce on everything.
I put that shit on everything. That's their saying.
Buffalo Ranch is top tier.
since we're on the
my God,
topic
yeah.
of condiments,
Love to, but what?
today I was cleaning my apartment
Yeah.
because the living room is.
Did you clean
we
the
live-
fridge?
No, not the fridge.
Okay.
I just cleaned the living room
Yeah.
because I don't think it's ever been cleaned since we've lived there.
I've cleaned a couple times, and I don't even live there.
So yeah, I live with 3 other roommates, none of which have been on the podcast yet.
Not yet. One of
But
them's
One
in
of them could have
Iowa.
been.
One of
Hi,
them's over there.
Jesse.
He's sleeping in
But-
our bedroom. Yeah.
So and we're
Wait, do you want him to make a guest appearance?
No, I don't mind.
let's go wake him up.
We're gonna have
Drag him out here.
we're gonna have Philip and him on soon.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, we so we're 4 college guys, and
Luke, you
like
act as
we're
a real good
gross
wall, but not
because
a
we're
window.
college guys.
Right.
We and
Sticky surfaces.
yep. And I was cleaning our TV stand that's just full of shit, just random stuff. And do you know what I fucking find?
what'd you find?
Ketchup packets.
Were they still red?
The ketchup was
Wait, is this Jesse's?
no.
Okay.
This is something else. No. But Jesse does have
probably
a
just
weird
from
obsession with ketchup.
So
That's what I was
ketchup,
trying to
but not
remember.
Jesse's ketchup.
No, they were like the little the squeezable ones where you like rip the tab off.
Oh,
They're, like,
really?
They're like
Yeah,
the ones
the
that are
So
fancy
they
really
clear on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, how long have these been here?
Probably
Right?
since the beginning, maybe.
I'm like, I was cleaning shit off. I'm like, why the fuck? Who brought these home? Put them on the TV stand and was like, this is the perfect place for this.
You should start an apartment museum.
I should.
Well, there was like
I should have a monopoly.
there's a couple times where I was
Should
like,
have a molding. The whole bathroom should just be an exhibit.
yeah, I don't know why I was cleaning, but I think I was alone or something. You guys would go get food and I cleaned, and there was like bottles sitting on the TV thing that
Yeah.
were just half like there was still stuff in there.
Yeah.
Like there was a can of like Rockstar from Ben that was there for like 3 or 4 weeks.
Dude, I swear, shit won't sit in a spot, and unless the person that put it there moves it, it will not move for at least a month. That is how it functions, and it is so bad.
I've seen some worse apartments though. So,
Robert.
but like
No, me and Trent went to go visit him for when we were getting his intake manifold. Mm-hmm. Does your Mustang start yet?
I had to JB weld the aluminum heads.
No.
I'll get it running tomorrow.
aluminum.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we go up to Madison, and it's one of those spontaneous trips. Because originally I asked Trent to go with me to go buy a PS5. and
Oh,
it
it's
was like-
right, because you got lucky with that.
I got lucky with that. and he
Facebook
went-
Marketplace.
Yeah.
You bought it though, right?
Yeah, I bought it.
It works.
How much was it more? Like
It was
It wasn't
$5.50.
anything.
So
You bought it
was
for
an
MSRP.
The only
Well,
thing it
it's
didn't come with
really-
was a stand.
didn't come
right?
with the stand.
I was kind of disappointed about that, but I'll just eBay a stand or something.
Yeah.
Just 3D
Someone's
print
got to
one.
have one laying around.
Just like 3D print one. You know, it's fun.
But anyway, we go up and we want to just go say hi and just screw around in Madison because
You gotta say
you
hi.
asked me to go at like 6-7 o'clock. We didn't get into Madison till 10:30.
At night?
Yes, at night. To go pick up
well,
this part.
to be fair, you did want to go to the Taco Bell Cantina, which was at least an hour out of
But
our
it
way.
serves alcohol.
Dude,
Get anything like
we
that?
gotta go.
Justin, we literally
spontaneous
just
trip.
Yeah, let's take a day trip
Justin,
down
we
there.
literally ordered Taco Bell to go like at any other Taco Bell.
Well, that's because I was trying to stay up with you, which I failed. We got about 2 hours back, and I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, I was surviving on Rockstar Endurance. By the way, really good energy drinks. They're not too heavy, but also
Sponsor us,
really good.
Rockstar.
Anyway, we get to his apartment because we wanted to surprise him with Taco Bell and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And we get
Spotted
there.
his car.
Yeah, we spotted
Hole in the
his car.
bumper.
We knew exactly which dorm he was in because we could see which.
Because you can see the hole in the car.
You can see the hole in the car. We get into the apartment, and it is trash. Absolutely.
And mind you, he said, "Yeah, this is just from 1 week."
Oh no.
Yeah, it is
That was
terrible.
exactly like how he sounds.
Yeah.
too.
Everything, you can see pizza boxes piled up. You can make a pillow fort out of the pizza boxes he had laying around.
Oh my god.
And his bedroom situation's interesting too because he sleeps on 2 beds.
Okay.
Put them
Two
together.
single beds just pushed
together
together.
two beds.
Because they're the long twins, so it basically made a queen.
He basically made a queen, but
When he said that, I thought he took the mattress and put it on top of the other one
Just stack everything.
to like make it a super bed.
No stacking on the podcast.
no staking. But anyway,
No staking.
after
yummy.
we see his trash dorm and
Yeah.
stuff like that, this is also when he sent in our group chat when he clogged the toilet. Remember the super plunger he got from Ace Hardware? Well, that wasn't his first attempt at unclogging the toilet.
Oh no.
So he was telling
Where are
us
you going with this?
he had a poop hanger.
He broke a hanger just so he could use the end of it to go in the toilet.
And he was just
I
staggering.
initially asked
My
him
goodness.
because
No.
I went to the bathroom in his bathroom and then I went to wash my hands. I'm like, "Hey Robert, where's the soap?" He's like, "Oh yeah, we don't have any." And then I'm like, "What's this hanger?" He's like, "Well, you see."
You can't be serious. What?
100%.
You know, I've heard of 3 uses for a hanger now. That is definitely the worst.
But when you live by himself, like, he didn't have anybody to please.
Did you guys drive back that night too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't get back to my house till 3:30.
I got home at like 4.
4:00 because
Oh
he
my
dropped
God.
me
Wow.
off first, and then continued up north to bipolar.
Yeah. Bipolar, yeah.
Bipolar.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was his apartment. Absolutely trash. But he goes to work and he comes back,
Yep.
and then that's how he lives. The man budgets $100 a week on food, and he lives like a king. He gets
Oh yeah.
poke bowls, lots of sushi,
Yeah.
Pizza Hut,
The
obviously,
occasional steak dinner.
steak dinners.
We'll have to ask him more about it
Like,
when he's in
and-
Nashville.
Yeah.
And because we brought the Taco Bell back to his place, and I had one of those $5 meal boxes.
Yeah.
And specifically the Cravings box is really good. And I asked him where did he want the box, and he's like, "Yeah, just put it on the floor."
Yeah, we got
So
done
I
with
chucked it on the floor next to the rest of his trash.
We got done with all of our
Man
garbage,
doesn't
and we
have
were
a trash
just
bin,
like,
or it's probably
No, it was overflowing. That's why I was
That's what
asking.
I figured, yeah, he does take his trash out. The
Oh
press
my
that's what we're in.
God.
Speaking.
See, like I'm like
Okay, go ahead.
I'm like the mom of the apartment
Yeah.
that we live in, the suite style.
He's
though.
what keeps me and Alex well contained.
Yeah,
There-
in line.
If I'm not there for like a weekend or like a whole week,
Yeah.
there will be trash laying
That's
around
so
everywhere.
nasty.
Hang on, I take care of the recycling, but if it
No,
gets
no,
too...
I'm saying like laying around in the living room and stuff. Because you guys, whenever we get Taco Bell, you just leave the bag next to the chair that you just sat in, and you don't throw it away.
How
It's-
can
People
you-
do that at my place.
How can you
too.
do that? I
and
don't
it's
get
just
it.
like I always have to clean it up, and then like I clean everything, and
I'd say 2 out of every 5 times.
That's
I
the
take
one
care of
thing
it.
I
that
picked
I-
up
yeah,
2 Quick Trip
I'm not
bags
saying every
next to
time,
our
but, like-
recliners today.
Yeah.
I don't know whose they are.
yeah, it's. But like I do, some like most of like the cleaning around the
Sure.
apartment and stuff. But like,
But I tell you what, though, I do take care of my own dishes.
oh my god,
And
wait,
it
shit.
grinds your
No,
gears.
I know, I understand that.
Like, so
Feud
I...
happening over here.
Let them go. They haven't
There's
talked
been
much. I
long
wanted
Yeah,
to
you
see
guys-
it.
go ahead, go.
resentment about
So I
apartment
so,
policy.
so I have this specific thing that I do where I use either the same cup, bowl, or plate
for a month.
for like a month. I mean, I rinse it
For a
off.
fucking
I rinse
month.
it off after each
That's where he
use.
did that when we were roommates too.
Because like I just I use a specific
clean
thing.
it?
I rinse it off. If it's dirty, I obviously clean it.
Every month.
Shut up.
Once a month.
Well, like, I
It's like
mean-
a subscription.
That's not how I do dishes. though.
It's like a spot.
So
like a
like say
Spotify subscription.
if say for example I eat some freezer chimichangas and there's some little crispy bits on the plate, I'll scrape them off and then I'll leave the plate for next time.
Okay.
that's not bad because there's no
It's not
food
bad.
on there.
Yeah.
But,
I
like,
guess, yeah.
Should I tell him about the toilet situation?
Oh no.
Alex?
Do you guys have
Explosion.
a poop hanger too?
Oh no, we had to.
No, but we have the poop lamp.
I feel like I can't.
Gamer poops.
We take gamer.
Oh, that's right.
'Cause-
Because you changed the light bulb out for one
for
of the
the
RGB ones.
one.
Gamer lamp.
I don't.
we didn't
I feel
have
like
room in
anything
the
you could
living
say
room.
about a toilet would be not even as bad as what Robert does. So I feel like
Well-
it'll be fine.
That reminds me of
I
It was
did-
desperation.
I
Give it here-
It
give it-
just wasn't.
you ever hear like the Reddit thread about the poop knife?
Yeah.
Not the poop
That's
knife.
what that reminds me of. Anyway, continue your story.
So like, Alex, he
Yeah.
has a difficult time digesting dairy products.
But then he still.
But he
still
loves
eats
them.
Well,
There's
that's-
no one I've ever met that's lactose intolerant and just like lives by that. You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
don't eat dairy. They just eat it
Yeah.
and deal with
Especially
it.
in
I mean, he's
Wisconsin.
got pills for
The
it,
thing is-
but like
The thing is,
he doesn't take
He
it.
eats it. He eats it like the dairy.
Yeah.
But then it causes some consequences a couple hours later.
Yeah.
And the toilet just gets absolutely destroyed by him.
Absolutely
some-
mutilated.
You guys only have the one.
Somehow he's leaving like shit stains on the sides of the toilet and on the back. I'm like, what are you doing with your ass?
Well,
are you like pointing it? Like, what are you
Is he
doing?
like
hang on.
squatting?
No, hang on, hear me out. Like sometimes that happens for me too. It's called an asplosion.
What? Dude,
What? You
what?
No,
every
it's
time,
like-
every time I shit, I sit on the toilet when I do
No,
it.
no,
like
no. I
a
sit on the
normal
toilet.
person.
I sit on the toilet too, but sometimes there's so much jet propulsion, like it just has a wide
That
spread.
doesn't
That does not happen. I do not believe this.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I have IBS.
I mean, I don't know if I have any syndromes or anything, so
How do
who
you-
the fuck knows?
How do you have jet propulsion out of your ass?
Well,
Well,
it's not
sometimes
really.
You need to go to a
hang on.
fucking
No,
doctor.
you see, sometimes it just gets built up, and then like there's this wall.
So
and
shit
when-
more.
and once you hit that wall threshold, it just
Essentially, it's
That
just.
sounds scary.
Yeah, dude.
It's
I'd be
just
so
terrified.
relieving.
It's essentially just being gassy and shitty at the same time. That's what happens. You're farting while you're trying to shit.
And then the worst part is like, whenever they do it, they don't clean it off the sides. So like,
Hey,
I
it
what I
self-cleans
did, I
up.
put my foot down, and I'm not saying it's you. but,
I
like,
do it
hopefully
most of the
not in
time
the
if
toilet.
it's bad.
Okay,
Yeah, it's a bad place to put your foot.
But like I had to put my foot down, and I go into Alex's room. I'm like, dude, you have to clean the toilet.
Clean your shit.
I'm not cleaning this bathroom.
Yeah.
Like, I don't make this mess, right? And so that was my problem, and
Did he say okay he would do
And
that?
also-
yeah, but like he didn't do it right away.
Yeah.
That's
I had
not
to
true.
remind him a couple times.
And
like,
also on the floor, there's always pee over spray. I don't know why.
Because you're dudes.
oh yeah,
Because like
that's
it
right.
piled
Fucking
up,
aim.
and then
It's not hard.
and then it became dusty. There was dust over the pee over spray.
it was. It's.
I had to clean that up at the end of the
That's a
year.
We
biohazard.
need to do better. Like,
Do you believe me?
All
right.
Anyways,
No,
there's
yeah.
one more thing.
Oh, go ahead.
Our shower, we had to unclog
Oh,
this
God.
semester because it started to like
Hair?
yeah, it started to overflow. So like, you would run the shower, but it couldn't drain fast enough,
Yeah.
and it was just like you're standing in a pool
I'm
of.
pretty sure, like, our shower is pretty gross. I think there's mold growing in a corner of it
Sounds
Oh,
about
right
right.
now.
That's kind of cool.
You should probably clean that.
Yeah, every time I go in the shower, I look at it, I'm like, I'm gonna clean that.
Like, that's a health hazard.
That
You
sounds
can-
very cultured.
What about
Stop.
it? This joke went over my head.
Culture.
Mold cultures,
Oh, is that? Oh,
Science. Bio.
I
petri dishes.
did not do well in
So
bio.
we can be safe.
And
Don't grow mold in your shower.
I like music.
And if you do, stop.
I had to get so anyways I had to get a snake drain from my dad,
Oh,
Yeah.
and or like it was like a plastic thing that with like teeth on it.
Yep.
So I stuck it way down there, right?
Yep.
And
You had to do that when you put spaghetti down the.
I don't think that was me.
Spaghetti down the Ola poop tube.
I think that was something else because they had to get a
So,
full ass plumber in
I
there.
pulled it out, and I did get a good chunk of some stuff. But then I took off the cover of the thing, and I went down there for more, and it just kept coming up. I'm like, oh my god! And
I feel
it
like
wasn't.
it was probably hair from
and-
someone else that wasn't.
It was most definitely Alex's curly hair. That was just built.
He's
up
just
over
got
time.
long curly
and
hair.
and probably like other hairs too, but like mostly because he
Trent's got longer hair.
He's
I've got
a-
longer hair, but I mean, like, it doesn't shed as
yeah,
much as his
Alex's
probably does.
sheds a lot, and he has like long curly hair. So
So, the super plunger that Robert bought that we are also bringing to Nashville
Oh Christ!
Why would we need? Okay.
because we're going to all the diners.
12 guys, 1.5 bathrooms.
That's true.
There's
There's two
One
toilets.
and a
That's
half?
6 people.
I've
yeah,
never
a half
been to
bathroom
a
isn't- it's not a
hotel
full
that
bathroom.
haven't
Well, there's
clogged
two
the toilet.
toilets. Yes.
Oh my god!
Well, I'm not taking care of it. You're taking care of it. No.
Because
No,
I
he's gonna clog that
I
shit.
went
He's
to
gonna
the presidential
get to work.
suite for the Kalahari,
Yeah.
and I clogged that toilet 3 times.
How long were you there?
Within a 4-hour period.
No!
Jeez.
What did you eat? What did you eat?
Justin.
What did you do? What?
Oh my god.
Why do you have to shit 3 times in 4 hours?
IBS.
Why is it that bad?
Does your tummy get upsetty?
It gets upsetting. And this is when I was in middle school and my mom wanted to do something nice for my birthday.
Okay.
And she was like, we'll stay in the nice presidential suite. And me and Robert, we're just double teaming the toilet. It was awful.
Does he have it too?
Eiffel towering that hoe.
Does he have IBS too?
No, but he takes some massive dumps. But anyway.
Randy's got timely dumps.
On time?
I sit on my phone for a while. It's fine.
You let that shit marinate.
Anyway, we had
Sure.
to keep calling the receptionist up every single time because the janitor lady wasn't in.
Oh.
And so she had to go unclog
This
it
poor
for us.
receptionist.
This for 3
This
times.
poor receptionist doesn't get paid enough
She doesn't
for
get
this.
paid enough.
Yeah.
I can tell that already.
I hope she got a raise.
Did you tip her?
I don't know. I was only like 12.
Wait,
at the time.
she had to...
You were doing this when you were 12?
I had a lot of issues already.
Oh my god.
This is the same man that literally like got rid of the freshman baseball team. So
Yep.
He's an animal. He really is.
One
it's a
week.
walking
it was all it took.
biohazard.
Patient Zero shitlord at your service.
Yep. And then afterwards, when we had to go to the Pinstripe Bowl, I got an interesting story about the Pinstripe Bowl.
Oh, with the pizza?
Yep, the pizza, the 99-cent
At the
pizza.
church?
At the church.
What?
Oh, did I not tell you this story?
No.
Cool. So,
It's a good one. It's definitely a good one.
the night before, we were in New York, because that's where the Pinstripe Bowl was.
Oh right.
Right? Yankee Stadium. Pretty cool. We were given $50 to spend. They literally handed out gift cards.
I know this
Okay.
story.
You bought 99-cent pizza?
Yep, I bought 99-cent pizza. Because I wanted to drink the $15 shakes that the other place had. And I had
Okay,
to
Can't
so you-
sacrifice that one aspect and go all out on another.
You don't buy 99-cent pizza downtown
anyway.
New York.
I didn't even get a choice of what kind of pizza I wanted.
What
Cheese?
kind was it?
They just gave you some.
Yeah, I was like pepperoni, and he was like cheese. I was like pepperoni. He was like cheese. So I got cheese pizza.
Close enough.
Pepperoni cheese. Pepperoni. Here's cheese.
Oh yeah, I'll take pepperoni. Cheese.
Yeah.
Pepperoni. Cheese.
And then
Pepperoni.
it goes from there.
Yep. And it goes downhill from there because the next morning I had Starbucks coffee as well. And for a person with IBS, caffeine is not the way to go. So it was just a stewing pot of sorts, just waiting.
You're just harboring.
It was just
like a
cooking.
fucking nuclear bomb.
Okay, we were touring Grand Central Park,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden I feel it.
No.
I start getting the sweats.
Don't you just always sweat anyway?
That's
So it's just like
disgusting.
on
More
your...
than
God.
usual, and all of a sudden I can feel it like poking out. So I'm like,
Gotta turn
It was prairie dogging?
oh yeah, it was crazy, dog.
It's just like a turtle.
I was like, guys, we need to go. So I'm clenching it. I'm hoping I can make it to the hotel. Spoiler, I did not make it to the hotel. I go, they have an officer at each corner. I literally pat on the officer. Where's the nearest bathroom? And he points me to this Catholic church.
Oh
Catholic
Right
church.
about to have some service.
Has a mass.
So
You better get big.
I'm walking, holding
He's got a mass, and they're having mass.
They're having mass.
They're
He's got a
having
pass
mass.
and mass.
I'm speeding the bathrooms at the front of the church, and I'm running, and I'm holding my action cheeks. I
He's
get
gotta
in the,
use manual labor to keep that shit in.
I walk into the bathroom. I just let loose. It was a glorious display of power.
Did everyone hear it?
Oh, for sure, because I was crying in the bathroom. It was awful. I was like stomping my feet because it was so bad.
You doing like the moans?
This was a whole 20-minute ordeal.
As long as the mass.
The relief from that must have been.
It's like during the pastor's sermon.
Oh my god.
I get out and
Jesus Christ.
I get out and everybody's already started seated.
Everyone's
I get
looking
out,
at you.
Everybody's just staring at me. So I do one of like the cross things that you do.
We didn't even do it right.
No, and I just walk out.
You just do like just like wave at them. You're just like
Yep.
Throwing gang signs at a Catholic church.
There's some unholy shit in the bathroom, so you just gotta sign the cross and fucking take off.
That
Oh my
whole
god.
weekend was problematic too because we were coming back.
Don't tell me there's more.
Oh, there's more. Because I went and clogged the toilet at our hotel.
as you normally do.
Oh my
It's a
god.
normal occurrence at this point.
Oh my god.
And we just let it flow. We weren't gonna deal with it. That morning,
Definitely our best episode by far.
Yes, sir.
This is.
If you haven't listened this far,
What are you doing?
what are you doing? Not as
We're
if
gonna
they're
keep keep rolling. Let's do this.
keep going,
all right,
keep going.
because there's more.
Yeah, no, I'm not letting this up. This will be a special. We're good.
Yes, sir.
We were given poppy seed bagels in the morning.
Okay.
Those are good. Those are
Yeah,
good ones.
very, very good.
With some cream cheese.
Cream cheese.
Yeah.
It's a cheap. You can hand it out in the masses and stuff like that. I get to the airport and I just can't do it right at all.
What? Just
'Cause we-
anything?
Anything. We're getting screened and they're like, anything metal, take out of your pockets. And I just could not get it right. So like, sir, we're gonna.
What do you mean? What did you not take out?
They're gonna have
Because I had like my belt buckle and then I had chains.
So
Yeah,
did they put you through the thing like multiple times?
Yep.
I've-
And I
I've
just
done that.
Could not get it right. So like, sir, we're gonna need you to step aside.
Did they call the
no.
dog?
Huh?
Did they call the dog?
They were about to. Because I had to wipe my hands and scan that. It came
Christ.
back for opioids. Because of the Papa C bagels.
Oh.
because there's a small percentage of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
And
It
so,
came back for opioids.
and that was after a thorough search already too.
Yeah.
And they're like, sir, you're gonna have to go meet with this officer. So I'm getting a very thorough search, and the dog sniffing my ass.
I thought you said they didn't call the dogs.
Well, not right away.
they
but they
did
did come.
eventually.
They did come.
Okay.
Oh my
All right.
god.
TSA is all over me, and I'm just waving to all the band kids as they're loading the planes.
Oh my goodness. You're just like,
I was the very
Guys.
last band student to come.
You just walk on the plane and go, I'm all clear.
TSA was not my friend that day.
I had a similar thing when I went into customs coming back to the U.S. from Puerto Rico. I was there for a mission trip, and I had, I got a gift, because we had this thing, it was like a Secret Santa thing, but it was, throughout that week, and mine got me this little, it was this little ball that was filled with, glitter and water, and it had some, just fun things in it. It was like a bouncy ball. And, I put it in my bag. And when they were scanning it through, they had to search my bag because they thought it was a bomb.
Oh no.
They thought I was harboring an explosive.
was that the same trip with the Dominoes?
Yes. Fun fact, I actually ate Domino's recently.
Congratulations.
I fucking did it.
Because after what he's went through with Dominoes,
I don't think I've told this story on the podcast yet.
No, you definitely.
Okay, yeah. So this is actually a pretty good one.
It's a good story.
But yeah. Oh, fun fact, I never saw that bouncy ball again.
Did they take it? They took it.
They took it.
How dare they?
Do you ever think
Actually,
about
no, they didn't think it was a bomb. It was because it exceeded the amount of fluid ounces allowed.
Oh yeah.
It was
It's like 1 point something
Side
fluid
note,
ounces.
do you guys ever think about the airport jungle juice?
I want the
All
I
the
want to try
time.
the airport
In the
jungle
dump
juice.
bins all the
dump
time.
bins.
Where they dump all of them.
Oh, they. Oh,
Where you
okay.
have to
wanna
dump
try
all
the-
your fluids.
I want to try the
Oh,
airport
man.
jungle juice.
I feel like you shouldn't.
Yeah. Well, back to my
Justin could
endeavors.
probably handle it. He's a tank.
Yeah. So
now.
I've flown on a
What?
plane.
For now.
I've flown on a plane twice.
Yeah.
Trip-wise. One was way back when I was a kid. We went to Florida, and the other time I went to Puerto Rico. And I was there with a bunch of youth members from my church. I was there for a thing, and we were coming back to the U.S.
Didn't get much sleep either.
Nope. Because my sleeping conditions, we slept in a church that was essentially entirely concrete, except for like one room in the entire thing. Mind you, there's like a whole section of this place that the wall is gone. Like this is like there's no wall. It's just like open. I think there was a wall there. I don't know, but there's one room that had AC and it's probably about the size of this room here.
Pretty big room.
And all the girls got to sleep there, and the boys were left upstairs in Puerto Rico. The only thing we had to like keep ourselves cool were fans. We had probably 2 of them, and our room I slept in was probably about 10 to 15 guys in there.
Like a small fan?
Yeah, it was like a standing one. That's about it. And
That's not gonna do much
we weren't allowed to bring bedding because
you're on a smaller flight.
We would have had to pay extra
for
like extra baggage, and they didn't want to do that.
Mission trip, you're not going to spend much.
No. So literally, my sleeping conditions were a sleeping bag, a pool floaty for a pillow, and I slept on a concrete slab.
It's like one of those arm pool floaties that you put on like little kids, right? That we were doing.
Actually, no. No, it was like one of those lay down ones. I actually laid on it as like a mattress.
Oh, okay.
But every morning I would wake up on the concrete floor because it deflated over the night. But yeah, that was fun. But on our way back, so this was, we were like getting to our gate, and I think the way the San Juan Airport is, if I remember right, it's like a big horseshoe. Okay. And most of the food stuff was on like this other end. We were on one end of the horseshoe. We were going to go around and go to the like a bunch of the food places because we were hungry. And I was like, man, I haven't eaten like a lot today or like really drank much, so I should probably get something to eat or something. And like I go with a group of people, and we're like, it's crowded. It's an airport.
Wait, didn't you already throw up on the airport with a paper bag and you just left it there?
No, that was afterwards.
Oh, you were on a different plane. You went on another plane again, or was it?
No, that was on the plane that I did board afterwards.
Okay.
So that's later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure.
Yeah. But I got like we get into this crowd and I start like seeing spots because I like inherit migraines through my family because that's how our family is, and I've had multiple concussions from football, so my brain hurts a lot. Like, I've done some
Caucasians will get you every single time.
So I started walking. I started seeing spots, and that's like the first sign of a migraine. I'm like, fuck, like I need to eat something now. And we start walking. By the time we get there, the spots are gone, but the headache has already settled in. And I'm like, dude, this is not good.
Cannot like see straight either.
I couldn't see straight, and the headache was there. And I'm like, dude, I'm not doing good right now. And
I am not doing good.
And I was with some buddies, and they're like, oh, we want to go to Domino's. I was like, fucking whatever, I'll get in Domino's line. I didn't really care. I just needed to eat something. And I ate a chicken Parmesan sandwich from there because I was like, sure. Because I think that was what... I couldn't read the menu because I couldn't fucking see. And I think the person who I was with in front of me ordered that. And I was like, yeah, I'll just take whatever he got. And then I ate the whole thing, which I was surprised by because usually when I do that, I don't eat a lot. But then I started walking back, and it's just getting worse. And I'm like, dude, this fucking sucks. Like, I'm not okay. So right by our gate, they had these casino type machine things, and they had like the stools you sit on. I was sitting on one backwards and like leaning over the back, just like basically heaving, like just like I'm like I knew I was like gonna like fucking throw up. But I didn't. I was trying my absolute best not to do that. And the people, like some of the adult leaders, like, "Bray, are you okay?" And I'm like sweating bullets. And I'm like laying down, and I look up. Goodness. I'm like, "No, I am not okay.
I am not doing good."
So I proceeded to. Like, I sat there for, like, probably a good 2 minutes, and then I felt like it finally hit. I'm like, fuck. So I get up. There's a trash can in the middle of the entire airport, and I just let it go in that airport in front of hundreds of people.
Oh, my God.
And it was funny, as I did it, I stood up, I just walked back over to my, like, group, and they were all like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm good now. Yeah, I'm like, I'm good. I was not. Like, it actually got worse.
You're good for that segment.
I was good for then because I felt fine. And they're like, oh, just like go to the bathroom, like wash up. I was like, cool. So I did, and I was acting like super cool about it, tried not to make it some big deal.
Cool. Just...
Yeah, that was the first time I threw it, because then they started trying to give me fluids. So I think one of the guys bought me a Gatorade. Yeah, I threw that up into a bag probably about 2 minutes after I drank it. Like this was one of the worst migraines I've ever
my goodness,
had.
that's
Yep, and then
chicken parmesan doesn't taste good.
no, and that was actually a fun. Like, yeah, since then I've eaten Domino's one time, and it was like last week because some coworkers brought it into Menards, and I just had some, not knowing it was Domino's, and then I was like, "Is this Domino's?" They're like, "Yeah." It's like, "Oh shit, oh, cool." But like for a while,
that's just the pizza. Pizza is like different than chicken parm.
But it put a bad taste in my mouth.
Sure.
I just could not eat at Domino's. But then I actually got on the plane, and I was still like feeling it hard, and I was like, dude, I gotta like pound a Mountain Dew, take an ibuprofen, sleep. That's the only way that I've ever like fought these, and it's worked. So I get on the plane, and like we have those 3 seats.
Yep.
I was in the window seat, and then I had 2 other people. So I was in the window seat, and I was sitting there, and
were
one of
they
the people
in your group, or they were just random people?
They were people in my group.
Right.
It was my buddy Jake, and I think his sister Allie was sitting next to us too. But we. So one of the other people in our group, they gave me like a bag in case I had to throw up again. And I was like, oh, thanks. And then everyone just like fell asleep on that plane. Everyone did. But then later on, like, I woke up, and I'm pretty sure I was the only person awake on that plane. No one else that was around me like was either making noise, or the people I could see were asleep. And I was like, fuck, I have to throw up again. So I grabbed this bag, and I just let it go, but it was like kind of like quiet. It was mostly just water at that point, because I basically threw up everything I'd eaten in the last like 3 hours.
Yep.
And I was like, shit, what do I do with the bag? So I just put it on the floor.
Oh my god.
And I was sitting there, and I was like,
You can't get up because they're sleeping. You don't want to.
I can't get up right now because no one's sleeping. And then the flight attendant starts coming around to collect garbage. But, like, the people next to me didn't know that I'd thrown up in this bag.
You don't want to just hand the...
And I didn't want to be like, hey, can you, like, throw this away? I didn't want to pick this bag up and, like, wave it in front, or, like...
Don't open it.
Yeah, or, like, hand it over to them.
Surprise!
Yeah, I didn't, because I'm like, dude, I don't know what to do. So I just left it. I let it, and... it sat there the entire plane ride.
And then just left
And then I got off the plane, and I did not move it. And it sat on that plane, and some lucky flight attendant probably found it. But
that probably wouldn't have been their first either. Anyways.
No, and on the bright side, I felt a lot better. So by that time, I was good to go. But I just... Oh, that was a very rough time coming back.
That's like the worst time to get it too, you know.
Yeah, it was bad.
You know, talking about customs, I have a quick little funny story. So I went on a cruise 11 years ago with my family, and well, it was in the Caribbean, so we left the country. So you have the customs thing where you have to claim all the things you bought during your trip and whatnot. And my parents were like, no, yeah, we didn't get anything on the trip. Me with my stupid fucking ass, I had the Norwegian Epic shirt and hat on. And like, yep, we didn't claim anything. And then their people were like, we need you to step in this room here. Yeah, we had to claim stuff.
Oh no!
Did you have to pay money or something?
Yeah, you got to pay taxes on the stuff you buy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
crazy.
probably shouldn't have worn that on those.
Nope, we didn't get anything. Merchandise from the ship.
How long is this podcast going towards?
So far,
we're about an hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
hour and a half in.
All right.
But I think since it is now
It's
2:45 in the morning,
Yeah.
Luke is zonked. Meanwhile, I'm
Yeah,
still wide
I
awake.
think-
I'm struggling.
I think
to...
people are.
I had a funny throw up story, but I think we'll save that.
Okay, we'll save that for
If
next
you
time
want to
Justin's
say it,
on
you
the
can say it,
podcast.
or you can do it
Well,
later.
Right here, right now. Why not?
fuck it.
Cool. Last story, I think.
Yeah.
All right, so we're up north with my parents,
Okay.
and we were pretty notorious at this bar. This bar is right by the campsite that we used to be by, and they just know our family pretty well. I've only ever been drunk 3 times. I already told the story.
Up to this point.
Up until this point.
Okay.
I already told you the story of the first time I was drunk when I screamed, "I'm horny" at my girlfriend.
That was the first time?
That was the first time.
Oh, sure.
This was the 3rd time I've ever gotten drunk.
Yeah.
And the only time I've ever threw up when I was drunk. And we're just getting to a point where my dad's not a good drinking partner. We egg each other on to see who can drink more.
So good old Kevin.
Kevin's a tank too. So.
Kevin's a tank. We're both tanks.
Yeah.
And by the end of this, our mother is pissed at us. She's taking us back in a golf cart, and we're both laying in the sun.
Almost falling down. About to fall out of the golf cart.
About to fall out of the golf cart. But he dared me. Do you know how big fish bowls are?
What kind of?
Is it just like a normal bowl?
It's just a bowl, but they fill it with candy, and it's like a tequila drink. Stuff like that.
Those bowls. Yeah,
My dad dared me to drink that in under 5 minutes. The whole thing, and I did it in 3. That's what started the night.
Oh my
That's the start?
Yeah, that was the start of the night, and
That's not a good start.
Nope, that wasn't a good start. And I proceeded to hammer shot after shot after shot.
You went from there and you kept going.
Oh yeah, we were breaking out the blueberry bird dog whiskey we had, and then somebody had blackberry moonshine. I had rum and coke.
How did you not get alcohol poisoning?
I was pretty close, man. This isn't all the drinks yet, I've told you.
Yeah.
There's the rum and coke, and there was the Malibu and Coke. I love Malibu and Coke. And then there was shots of tequila, and then you got your cherry bombs. Anybody who doesn't know what a cherry bomb is, it's just Red Bull and I forget what.
Red Bull and I've done Jaeger bombs, which is it's the same concept. They use a different liquor though.
You're right.
Yeah.
And so anyway, after being sloshed, I think I had like 10 shots, couple beers, couple mixed drinks.
I wonder what your blood alcohol level was.
Hammered. My dad was worse. I just couldn't contain it anymore. I was trying to drink water.
Okay.
I was way too late. I was about to pay for my sins.
Oh no.
I walk out on the balcony. I didn't make it over. I puked all over the balcony.
Oh my goodness.
I get back in. I still have puke reminiscent
on
my shirt. I'm like, yeah, I'm good to drink. I have a couple more shots.
They can't just keep letting you do that.
How does that run in your mind where you throw up?
You're like,
because
your gut is all gone. So you're like, yeah, I feel pretty good.
I feel good, but then I got really, really sick again because there's nothing in my stomach.
Yeah, because that's it, and it hits you like a train.
You throw up, and you're like, well, I'm not going to pussy out. I'm going to take those shots. I went back out in the balcony and did the same thing.
Round 2.
Did you go over the balcony this time?
No, I wasn't able to make it. It was literally coming out of my hands as I'm holding my mouth. I couldn't make it.
Oh, no.
My dad only threw up once, though. I threw up 4 or 5 times.
You did this 4 or 5 times round trip.
Did you ever make it to the balcony anytime?
One time I made it to the front door and threw up over everybody's cars.
Oh my god.
I don't know if I got anybody on any cars, but I tried to get it down as much as I could.
Oh my god.
And
this man is an enigma right here.
Yeah. And so my mom noticed I was puking a lot. She's like, yeah, I'm taking you up. I was moaning like, put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. And she's like, no, you're not. You're coming back.
Yeah, you get delusional when you're drunk. So
she was pretty cranky, and then my dad was not too far behind me.
That's funny.
And we're both moaning. We're up at the campsite, and she's like, you fucking idiot. She's giving us, we have Pedialyte up there.
Oh, yeah.
Worked out good.
That should get you going.
Did not have a hangover, though.
Yeah.
How?
Congratulations.
I'm not quite sure.
How? You had no food in you.
No food.
And you barely drank any water.
There's just nothing in him at that point.
There was nothing in me. I'm honestly not quite sure. But
I guess that's probably why.
I'm
puked
not-
it all out, I guess.
Yeah.
quite sure if I'll be able to do that a fourth time though, and I don't want to test that anymore. Anytime I taste bitters
Yeah.
and the brandy old fashions that I had, or I taste tequila, it still sends involuntary shudders through my body to this day.
Justin, we will find out in Nashville.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nashville.
When I taste tequila.
So for those listening, we'll have a special episode in the
We're
coming
gonna
weeks.
interview all 11. Well, there'll be 10 people.
There'll be
We're gonna,
10 people that we're going to speed run on the podcast in a few coming weeks while we're in Nashville. We're gonna bring our shit and then we're gonna speed run guests. We're gonna
if
we're
you
gonna
got
cram everyone
questions
in an hour.
that you want us to ask, all 10 of our friends are gonna be on the trip.
They're gonna be there.
DM us.
DM us.
Do it.
But
We'll
I
come up
think,
with some questions
I
to
think
you.
that is a good place. Are you done?
I'm done. That was
Perfect.
it.
Awesome. I
We're all
think
good.
this is a good spot
This
to
has
wrap
been a
things up.
fantastic.
This has been a great episode.
Podcast.
Thank you to all you guys for being here and telling all your great stories.
Oh, yes.
Thank you to you guys for listening and watching and supporting us.
Yes, thank you for the support.
Any final thoughts from anyone?
You know? No, I'm good.
Don't
Good?
do
I think-
crack.
Good
Good one.
plan.
Good one.
That's a good one.
I think hamburgers and cheeseburgers go well with fries.
they do go well with fries.
Hamburger.
Hamburger.
I've told the burger.
Hamburger.
Hamburger.
I'm ready for one. What did you say?
I want
One
milk.
All right. Thank you everyone for listening to the On the Couch podcast.
Adios.
Thank you
As
for the
always,
continued
stay
support.
safe, don't die. See you next time on the
Fuck
couch.
midgets. Hail Satan.
Okay, no.
I didn't stop it yet.
Peace out.
We're gonna say no to that, but
Yeah, that's
live your
hard
own world,
no.
I guess.
It's a hard no.
Bye.